Hello everybody! It is almost the end of August. It is the 27th right now. I'll probably upload this in the next couple of days. But I can't believe how quickly summer is passing. Like, it makes me really sad because summer is my favorite time of year. And it's like just blowing right by. But yeah, that means that it's time for my monthly favorites. And mostly beauty stuff this month. So I'm just gonna start out with hair stuff. And the first favorite is this Creme of Nature Argan Oil shampoo. And I found this in the ethnic hair care section of Walmart, I think. And I've used couple other of these products. They're made for black hair. I don't want to say African American because not all black people are American or from Africa. So I'm just going to say black people, and if that offends anybody, then please let me know, because yes. But anyway, so it's basically for black hair, and I got it because stuff that's for black hair, this is gonna sound weird, usually ends up working pretty well on my hair, even though I have the most white people hair on the face of the planet. But yeah, I liked that it was sulfate-free, and so it wouldn't dry out your hair at all. But anyway, I bought it just to see how it was, and this is probably one of the best shampoos I've ever used. It makes my hair feel more soft and conditioned than a lot of conditioners that I've tried. I used it the other day and my hair felt wonderful after using it, and then I put a conditioner on that I had just gotten as well at the same time that I hadn't tried yet, and when I put the conditioner on, my hair actually felt less soft and moisturized than it did after just using this. So I'm really happy with this. If you have really damaged hair that's been bleached like mine has, that it would be really good for you also. So I really like that shampoo. And the next hair thing is, ever since I bleached my entire head to get this purple in, obviously my hair's been more damaged. So I've been kind of having to change what I use on my hair because different things work better at different times for me depending on the condition of my hair at the time. So I started using the It's a 10 again. I have two of these. I have the Keratin one and then I have the regular one. And I kind of go back to these when my hair doesn't like silicones. And my hair has not been liking silicones ever since I bleached it. It's been silicones make my hair feel like absolute shit. So this doesn't have any silicones and it's really creamy, and this has been this one and then just the regular original It's a 10 kind of alternate has been the best leave-in for my hair ever since I bleached it. So I love these. And another thing that I kind of rediscovered is the Hask Henna and Placenta hair masks. And I also have one with olive oil. I like both of them a lot. And I've been doing these overnight, and I'm telling you, my hair transformed after I used this. Because I feel like this is the best mask you can use for bleached, really damaged, over-processed hair. And it's not vegan. It has placental protein in it, which I believe they get from sheep placenta. So I mean, it sounds really gross. If that kind of stuff bothers you, it doesn't bother me. I mean, it's supposed to be environmentally responsible, so they harvest the placenta in an ethical way. So that's the main concern that I have, is how the sheep are treated, or wherever they get this placenta from. But the idea of the placenta itself doesn't bother me. But this stuff works really freaking good, and you can buy at a lot of Walmarts. You can buy these. You can get them at Sally's. You can get them online. But yeah, I definitely recommend that if you have bleached hair. And my next favorite is this Murad Post Acne Spotlight Lightening Gel. And I haven't been able to use it the past couple days because I just did a TCA peel about 2 days ago. So I haven't been using any acids at all, and this has glycolic acid, and it also has 2% of the hydroquinone. Yeah, I'm just going to call it hydroquinone. I've never actually heard anybody say that word, but I mean like the skin lightening ingredient. But this stuff is like the best spot fading, skin tone evening thing I've used. I've used all kinds of things that contain hydroquinone. I really like stuff that has the kojic acid in it also. That works really well. But this is like by far the best. And despite the fact that it's got glycolic acid in it, it doesn't burn at all when you put it on. But it also acts as like a gentle peel when you use it as well as the lightening effect. So I've been really liking that because I get acne scarring, and I also I've been trying to lighten my freckles. I don't want to get rid of them completely, but I want to lighten them because I feel like freckles on how light my skin is, which freckles are on light skin, but I mean the way that they look just makes my skin look more uneven, and I really want the tone of my skin to be very even. So that's been working really well for that. And the next favorite I have, which I've heard a lot of people don't like this at all, which I really liked it. It's the Pure BB Cream. Wait, the Dream Pure BB Cream by Maybelline. And it has 2% salicylic acid in it, so it's supposed to be like for acne. And it also has clay, like kaolin clay I believe, as one of the top ingredients in it. And I've watched a lot of reviews of this saying that it really dried their skin out and that it was like painful to use and spotchy and terrible. But when I use this, first of all, it's a BB cream that actually matches my skin, which is really rare. And second of all, the clay in it really makes my skin, because I have very oily skin, it really makes it more matte throughout the day. The salicylic acid does help my acne. I feel like obviously if your skin is already dry, I would not recommend this because of the drying effect of the clay and then the salicylic acid, but because my skin is so oily, it really works. And it's got like a light coverage to it. God, my nose is so itchy, I'm sorry guys. But it's got like a light coverage, but it's really easy to blend out for me. And it also covers the like uneven skin tone very well. So I really have been liking this. Next favorite I have is this NYX Proof It waterproof eyeshadow primer. And this stuff is probably the best eyeshadow primer I've ever used. It's like a very, very light, really ivory color that doesn't really show up when you put it on at all. But what it does is you put this stuff on obviously before you put your eyeshadow on, and it makes your eyeshadow not budge. I have very oily eyelids, and I've been trying to find something that'll keep my makeup looking good throughout my 13-hour shifts at work, because I have 2 13-hour shifts every week, and by the end of it my makeup is like melting off of my eyes. And this stuff, like, it has lasted through that and looks perfect at the end. It makes your makeup, like, you can rub at it and it acts like one of those super waterproof cream eyeshadows do, like the really good ones. And it just makes like any eyeshadow at all that you put over this just like locked. I feel like I would be comfortable wearing makeup to like a water park or something if I had this on underneath. It is like fabulous. So favorite I just got recently, and you cannot read the words at all because I got the lightest shade and the words on it are white, but it's the Revlon Age Defying Targeted Dark Spot Concealing Treatment, and I've been looking for a good concealer lately, and I just decided to try this, and it is really good. It matches my skin, and it's really good coverage, but not so high coverage that when you try to blend it out it's like a spot of concealer. It like blends out nicely but is also really high coverage, if that makes sense. So I've been really loving this, and it's got one of those applicators with a little like spongy tip on it, but it isn't a twist out one, which I prefer ones that are squeezed, because I find that with the twist out ones it always ends up dispensing too much product and I end up wasting a lot or having too much, but you can control it better with the little squeeze 'em. And my next favorite has been, I bought the Nudes palette from Maybelline, despite the fact that I already have more than enough nude eyeshadows. I just decided to get it, and I'd seen really hit and miss reviews of this as well, because people have said that the pigmentation can be pretty spotty on some of the colors. And I really like this palette. I like the color selection. I like the pigmentation for a lot of them is really good, as long as you use a primer, which I always use a primer. The only I think there's two, let me check. There's really only one for me that has bad pigmentation, and that is this one right here, like the lightest shade, and you can't really tell in the camera, but it has a little bit of a duochrome effect as well if you look at it, and it's really like flaky and powdery when you swatch it, but I've still been able to get a pretty good highlight out of it. And other than that, all the colors I think are pretty good for a drugstore type makeup. Like, let me just swatch a couple of them. There's the black, that one, that one. Like, there's some swatches on my fingers. So, I think it's good. I've been using it almost every day, so I really like it. And I'm trying to speed through this, but it's still kind of long. The next favorite I have is this Episilk lip balm that has, let me read, I don't remember what it's called, hyaluronic acid in it. And yeah, it's just like a tub. And this stuff has been like the best lip balm I've used in a while. I've been using it overnight, and when I wake up my lips are just like so soft and like plumped almost because of the hyaluronic acid. I feel like it just really does a good job. So yeah, I really like that. Let me show you again. There's the phone. I could do a dance while we wait. Here we go. So anyway, okay, and this is kind of like a dermatophagia related favorite, this last one, but I go through a lot of band-aids because of my dermatophagia. I have to keep band-aids on the spots that are really bad looking. I keep them on overnight. Sometimes I wear them to work, and so I go through a lot of band-aids. So I've been trying to find band-aids that last really well and are comfortable, and I finally found some, and those are the Comfort Sheer ones, just by the Band-Aid brand. And This is like bursting full because I bought this variety pack, and then they have some that are just the one size, which is the one that I really use. So I bought 2 of those when I was almost done with this pack, and then I just put them in here so they'd all be in one, so it's like bursting full. But they're really good. Like, I'm just gonna show you one right now for anyone who has dermatophagia. It's like a cloth, like plasticky, but it's like super bendable. And here, I'll just put it on this blister spot that I had to show you, because that one's right on my knuckle. Put ointment on, and then the way that the texture and everything of the strips is, like this part, it locks it so that it does not come loose. And that's really good if you're going to be washing your hands throughout the day and you want it to stay on. So if you've got dermatophagia, or if you just have some sort of finger, I recommend it for fingers, definitely. Wound that needs covering, I'd recommend the Comfort Sheer, because those are really good. They're the best band-aids I've found so far. Bandages. I know that Band-Aid is like one of those brand names that became a household name for a product, but that's what I call them. So okay, so I just have a couple more favorites, and one of them is black or very dark lipstick in general. Doesn't really matter the brand. I like this Kat Von D one that I got in Slayer. It's their black one. And I also really liked Kat Von D one that I got that is in Poe, and it's a really dark, you can't really tell on here, but it's like a really dark bluish purple black with sparkles in it. So pretty. So, and then most recently I just bought the Lime Crime Velveteen in the black velvet, but I haven't really worn this one yet, but I can tell it's going to be one of my favorites. But I've just been really loving really dark I've been really loving really dark or black lipstick lately. My last favorite is music, and I've been listening to nothing but the Birthday Massacre for the past month. Nothing but them. And I've mentioned them in another favorite video, but like I go through little phases of music where I really just listen to only one thing for a while. And right now it's the Birthday Massacre, and I feel like they are one of my favorite bands of all time at this point. It's just like, I love the Birthday Massacre. So yeah, if you want to check them out, you can. They have like a synthy goth rock alternative sound. I'm pretty bad at like classifying music genres, but some of their music actually reminds me a lot of like classic goth music, like Depeche Mode, The Cure, that kind of stuff with like the synths and the dark sound. But they also have a more modern sound, and they have different elements to their music, but part of it does remind me a lot of that, which I really like, that kind of music. So yeah, just check them out if you want to. And that's about it, I believe. Does anybody like my monthly favorites videos? I like making them, but I don't know if anyone enjoys watching them. I know that I tend to ramble. I try to like make a kind of mini review of the things at the same time, and I find that that's more helpful than just naming the products. And again, monthly favorites are a type of video that I like to watch, so I like to make videos that I like to watch, and I like to make videos that I think are helpful, and I also like to make videos that I find fun to make. And so, like I said, I'm always open to recommendations and feedback. I mean, I might just keep making these anyway, even if no one likes them, just because somebody might and I like to make them. So, like, my YouTube for me is about half my own enjoyment and like a hobby, and the other half wanting to share things with people and educate and or help them. So this part's kind of like the enjoyment for me kind of part. But yeah, just let me know if you like these anyway, because I like feedback. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.